All right, Nick. I'm just going to give us your reaction. What was your reaction to LeBron and the Lakers winning what you knew they were going to win late last night?
Yeah, I'm just shocked anyone expected any different. And by the way, a lot of people did. I mean, LeBron's going to L.A. for the movies. That was a good one. LeBron's entered the Jordan as a Wizards phase of his career. That one made me chuckle. I think my favorite one was, was LeBron is ruining the Lakers' young core and chemistry in the pursuit of Anthony Davis. How's that working out? And the thing is this, what I'm most surprised by is that people are surprised by this. Why would anyone have ever expected anything different? LeBron James went to the Miami Heat. They had not won a playoff series in 4 years upon his arrival. By year 2, they were champions. LeBron James went back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They hadn't been to the playoffs in the previous 4 years after his departure. By year 2, they were champions. LeBron James went to the Los Angeles Lakers, who had not played in a playoff game for 6 years. And by year 2, they were champions. This is what LeBron James does. Takes franchises who are nowhere near competing for a title, whose best days are far, far behind them, or in Cleveland's case, never existed, and within around 700 days of his arrival, they're throwing a parade, or as the Lakers will have to, throw a virtual parade. That's what Brandon, the greatest player of his era or any era, does, and he just proved it once again in this unprecedentedly odd NBA season that just came to a close.
The hat's off to the Heat. I mean, they played terrible. Well, I'm not going to sit here and say like the Heat were that was not an interesting game.
They won their championship in Game 5.
Okay, sure.
Man,
that was just like I felt a little
really
disappointed the way that they came out last. Yeah, they were. No,
Did they play terribly, or were they overmatched?
They were they were overmatched. It's fine, but they didn't. They just that last game was just kind of brutal. It was good defense by the Lakers. Nick, I want to bring up LeBron's post-game comments. He started talking about respect. Pelinka wanted his respect. Vogel needs his respect, and he needed his respect.
Yeah.
I thought it was very interesting. And every time he wins a championship, he says something interesting. He had, Cleveland, this is for you. But then remember his Heat championships when his kid from Akron speech, when he said, I can't worry about what everyone else says about me. This seemed to be the polar opposite of that. What was your takeaway on him demanding respect after the championship?
Well, the takeaway was, listen, LeBron sees and hears everything, and especially this year because he's not in the zero dark 23 mode or whatever he used to call it. And this man, who has put together a decade of pure dominance, unseen in NBA history since Bill Russell was doing it when there were 8 teams, just saw the entire media after a brilliant 40-13-7 in Game 5 play the same old hits of, does he have the killer instinct? Should he have taken the shot? Did LeBron make the right play? Spoiler alert, folks out there, to my friends Jay Williams and others, if LeBron made it, it's the right play. We got 15+ years of evidence for it. So that's what he's talking about. He's talking about the fact that Jimmy Butler, for a night in Game 5, was LeBron. And to his credit, he was. And you know what it did to him? It made him a non-factor in Game 6. It was so exhausting. LeBron's done that every year for 15 years. That there is somehow still a nightly referendum on how this guy plays, when the answer is better than anybody ever, more consistent than anybody ever, longer at a higher level than anybody ever. So I do think there was, geez, guys, put some damn respect on my name, because nobody's ever done what I'm doing. And, Jenna, the revisionist history that's going to happen as far as, oh, he wasn't doubted. He was. Wilds, I love you. But I saw you roll your eyes when I said one of the narratives was he's entered the Jordan phase of his career.
I don't remember.
Look up the articles
the
after he tore his groin. Look up the articles after he tore his groin when he came back and said, I'm activating playoff mode, and they didn't get it into gear. Read it. Read the articles, or maybe talk to some of your friends you used to television with, because some of them said it. So, like, that was all there, Jenna. And LeBron's just reminding America, the one thing you've been able to count on this last decade is LeBron James is going to play in the last NBA game of the season, and he's going to remind everyone who the best player alive is.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.